and you have to admit that I look better than the cats in the movie. I remember seeing an advertisement for the Broadway musical Cats when I was younger, and I just thought, wow, that actually looks really cool. And I never got a chance to actually see the Broadway musical itself. So, hearing that they're making a movie for it, I was excited. I thought that would be awesome. But then I saw the picture for the trailer, and yeah, the movie's been out for a while, and yeah, everybody has butchered it to hell. And yeah, I'm probably just a little late to the party and nobody's gonna watch this video because of its irrelevancy. But upon watching it, I have to say, yeah, it's bad, but it's not as bad as people are making it out to be. Now hear me out. They say it's the worst film in 2019. While, yeah, sure, it deserves a spot in like a top 10 list for sure, but it's just not as god-awful as everyone is making it out to be. So what I'm going to do is touch on the few good things that this movie has to offer, and then I'm gonna get to what everybody else is basically saying. Even though I might have a few new things to add to the discussion that's died out by this point. So here we go. There was some cool cat choreography in this film. The freaking dancing was so good. There were some slick moves in there. Good choreography and dancing and talent. There was an all-star cast that gave so much of themselves into this film. Let me see, Ian McKellen, he plays a character in this film and he did such a phenomenal job. He got to sing and it was so touching and beautiful, and Taylor Swift had a number and she freaking killed it. My god, it was freaking sexy. And like, I did not say sexy, I said sexy. I did not think Taylor Swift as a cat was that sexy. I mean, she was one of the more attractive cats, but where am I going with this bit? Like, the thing is, too, watching this film, it seemed like a lot of these actors actually had a fun time working on the set of this movie. For what the script called for, these people did a good job. Thing is, the script was kinda just working against them, and I'll get to that later. Alright. Now let's get to the bad stuff. It's a cult movie. The whole story, the whole thing that this whole movie is based on is this cult of cats, and what they're doing is competing for a chance to have a new life. Which means death. And the way this competition works is that all these cats sing songs about themselves and their character. So the whole movie is just being introduced to characters and knowing what they're about. And one of them's gonna get picked to be the one that gets dead. But it's so culty. It's culty as hell. The main character is abandoned by its owners, and then all these cats swarm around them and say, yeah, we're called the Jellicle Cats, because we're jellicle, we're magic. Join the Jellicle Cats now, right now. There's very little shown as like a plot, so it's dry in that aspect, which goes against the actors giving interesting performances because there's nothing interesting happening. I saw this film with my partner and they told me that if this film was advertised as like a Halloween film, like came out around Halloween and was advertised as the freakish cult film that it is, it would have done so much better. Uncanny as fuck. All the characters that are cats, which is all the characters, basically, yeah, they're weird as hell. This is what they should have done. They should have done more practical. Like, look at how well I pull it off. Yeah, baby, yeah! What I don't see most people talking about is the freaking mice! The freaking mice in this movie! Like, they're only in there for a little bit, they're only in there for a short bit, but like, if you think the cats look weird? They have mice in this film, and they look... It was... Ugh. I cringed at that more than the... I drink to forget. So, where do I stand on this movie? I honestly don't know. I don't want to recommend it to people, but like, if you end up watching it, there is something there worth watching. If you just don't watch the first half hour of the movie. There are far more worse films out there in 2019. Hello, Lion King!
2.8.